I grew up in the deep South, in Louisiana. I started using at 39 years of age. I was living, as a matter of fact, in a historic district in South Dallas. It's really nice, big brick homes, you know, nice neighborhoods, and would hang with this other young lady who was a business owner, and we would go up here on Upper Greenville, as a matter of fact, and she would score her powder, and we would sit, and so we would snort out of the gold snorting spoons, and that was how it started. You know, it was, to me, it was fun. It was a nice party. You know, we would go, and then we would go home, and then we would start over, and we began to do it more and more, and until I was introduced to the freebasing. I had never seen anyone in my family use drugs. I had never known anyone that was bound by drugs, other than what you hear, you know. But I never saw how using crack or any type of drugs would take a person to where it took me. I began to pawn my TVs. I began to look around my houses. I had a huge house, you know, and things that I could maybe pawn, and then I would go get back. And then I lost my home. I lost my, I quit working. I was sitting in someone's house once, out of money. The guy that I was living with, we had broke up. He found out I was using, and this guy asked me, do you date? And it's like, no, I hadn't dated late. Anyway, I didn't know that he was talking about dating, like prostituting. And so anyway, somebody said, see that guy over there? He said he would like to date you. And I like, oh no, I don't want, well, whatever. One thing led to another. I kept going back. I go get money, I go back, I go get money, I go back. And it came to the point whereas I began to date because I was hooked. And so the things that people told me, you know what crack does to women. You're gonna start prostituting, you're gonna start doing this for drugs, you're gonna start doing this for drugs. And I'm like, I'd never do that. I'd rather be dead before I do any of that. I'm never gonna do that. Well, I ended up doing all those things. And I began to really hate myself, you know, and I began to hate people, you know, like the Johns and them, you know. I hated me, I hated them, I hated doing what I was doing, I hated living like I was living. It just got to the point whereas I was hoping, well, thinking that death would be better than how I was living.
I started using drugs, alcohol, crack, marijuana, weed, when I was 17 years old. I had 2 kids. One was, what was he? He was about 2. And Safi was like a year, because they were like a couple of years apart. And 3 years into my drug use, the kids' uncle came and got them because he would come get them on a regular basis. And this particular weekend, I just got an eerie feeling, just a real eerie feeling. As a matter of fact, the children didn't even want to go. They were crying like, no, they didn't want to go. And the other time, it wasn't a problem. But anyway, I just got a feeling I would never see my kids again. And I didn't see them after that particular weekend. I didn't see my children until, a year ago.
Yeah, they were 21.
Yeah, they were 21 and 22 when I did get a chance to see them. I started out prostituting, and then eventually once I was in the hood long enough, I started selling dope. So I wasn't prostituting a lot. I started selling dope, using dope, sleeping under trees, on the bridge. I mean, anywhere I could sleep, you know. So I really got down and out.
My life before RO was hopeless. I walked in shame, condemnation, resentments, anger, hopelessness. That's what it was. I thought it was too late for me to change. It was hopeless. Since reconciliation, I do not walk in shame, condemnation, or resentments anymore. You know, I've learned to live as a godly woman lives. All they want you to focus on is the Lord.
That's right.
And healing in this ministry.
People talking about going to hell. I was in hell. I was walking dead. You know, I was in hell. But since I've come to reconciliation and come to know the Lord, I have the peace of God. I have the joy of the Lord, which is my strength every day. You know, I'm happy. You know, I can walk in freedom. You know, I don't have to be shamed anymore, you know, about my past, you know, about myself, you know, about my childhood. But it's just free, you know, and I'm thankful to God that I can walk in that freedom every day.
That's what I've learned. I've learned integrity, accountability, and I've learned to love the Lord and love people and have respect for people in life like I never had before. That's what I've gotten since I've been here. I'm free.
And for me, the most special blessing for me is that my children's hearts are not hard, and I know it's all because of God, you know, and I'm just so thankful that they received us, how they received us, just like we were never apart from them. You know, my son called me mama like he been calling me that for 20 years, so, but I just want to thank God, you know, that's really a blessing for me.
There's miracles that's coming out of this ministry. I'm one of them. And when I look and see the potential of the people that's been downtrodden and oppressed and suppressed, you know, even by ourselves or whatever, it doesn't matter, that this ministry is helping each one of us to come through it, you know, to learn how to be a part of the solution instead of to continue to be a part of the problem. Working with women that are coming out of domestic violence situation, women and children, I feel blessed and privileged to be in a position to give back.
In the position that she's in now, she's not only continuing to help herself, plus she's helping the enormous amount of women that she comes in contact with at the Salvation Army. So the work that Reconciliation Outreach is doing is not only touching Brenda's life and her family's life, it's touching the lives of our families and our clients and the children that we have here at the Salvation Army in ways that no one will ever even understand or never even be able to see.
If I hadn't made the choice to come to Reconciliation Outreach, I had went back to the streets where I knew that the things were going on, people were getting killed. If I had made the choice to come here and get my life right, I know I'd be dead.
This ministry is only one of the tools in God's vast toolbox that He uses. And I believe that it's one of His favorite tools.